Hey guys, Dabloon here, and Battles 2 is finally out. I hope you guys have already downloaded it. It's available on mobile and Steam, so definitely get on it. And the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to get this like tutorial or battle school. I got out of there as quickly as I could because we don't need any of that. We're just going to jump in and get crazy here. But unfortunately, if you do not complete that, you are going to not get Gwyn. As you can see here, I need to unlock a tutorial. But we're not going to need Gwyn for these early games here, as I'm going to show you. Now, this video is going to be all about what I already know and just things that I've been picking up in the last couple hours of playing. But if you guys enjoy any and all kinds of Bloons related content, definitely hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Now, you're going to notice that you're only going to have a few towers. And not only that, they're only going to be able to upgrade to like a 022 or a 220 or whatever you want to do, but you can only go to tier 2 towers. Now, once you actually get going, you're going to realize that you only have a couple towers unlocked. And not only that, they can only upgrade a certain amount of paths, which is kind of scary because how are you going to take care of a lot of these crazy rushes? So what worked for me, what I've done so far is I got the wizard up to a wall of fire and shimmer. That is going to take you some time, but I've only really played a couple of hours. Since that early access, Ninja Kiwi has nuked our account, so we're back down to starting at 0, but that makes it even more fun. The next tower I'm going to recommend you to upgrade is going to be the bomb tower. This tower is just great, especially for that early game. And once you get cluster bombs and heavy bombs going, there's really not much it can't handle. But even before you get those cluster bombs, the frag bombs are very awesome. And then of course, I'm going to recommend the tack. That's who I used a lot during that early access because he's just so amazing. Once you get it to tack sprayer, there's not much it can't handle in those early rounds, but you can also just stick with even more tacks and even faster shooting, and it'll handle all those beginner early rushes super simple. Now, the choice is yours, ultimately what you want to upgrade and what you want to try to unlock. Those are what just works for me. And then after that, I kind of course, went for the Alchemist because once you get a Berserker Brew on a tack shooter, it's pretty good, man. There's really not much it can't handle in those early games. And once you get the tack to attack zone, and then you have this guy to a stronger stimulant and perishing potions attached to it, it's going to take down everything. But again, we don't start off with all those crazy 5th tier towers. So I would just go with the Alchemist, and it's going to be hard to level up, and I'm going to show you a little bit about that. Now, as far as heroes go, we do start with Quincy, and that's just who I've been using because that's all I have so far. I was going to get Striker Jones, but that'll lead into another tip here in a second. And then, of course, if you just finish the tutorial, you'll get Gwyn. But Gwyn's going to be great later on once we have like a tack zone and an Alchemist, because then she can do her like fire it up on the tack zone. It'll get really crazy. But for the beginning, in this red Bloon camp that we're in, this noob camp, we're not able to send camo balloons or anything like that. But once the camos do come out on round 12, we have nothing to pop it if you don't have a camo seeing tower like a bottom path dart monkey. So I just like to go for Quincy because it makes it super easy to pop any of those camos. Now, in regards to heroes, as you can see here, Quincy has 5,000 experience, and you're going to get little pop-ups that say, hey, you can unlock this stuff and you can buy these things here. Don't do it unless you really, really want to. I didn't really realize what it said, and I clicked all of these because I thought there were some kind of achievements where I get free things, which you do get these cool things. But if you look here closely, you're going to spend $200 and spend 5,000 experience. The experience, that's fine. That's what you're using it for, is to level up your hero and to get cool items, right? But the money, I was just about to buy Striker Jones because I really wanted to use him out with those bomb tower, cool, awesome strat. But then guess what? I ran out of money. So just be wary before you click on any things that pop up because you might not know what you're buying. Now, as far as these camps goes and what I've learned about them so far, as you can see, I'm only ranked 16. I still got 4 more trophies to get to Yellow Stadium. But what I have learned here is that we cannot send camos, we cannot send regens, which makes it semi-easy to learn the game. So if you've already started and you're just kind of like, what keeps happening and keep losing, don't worry. There's going to be a lot of newer players in Red Bloon camp. I would just kind of buckle down, learn why you're losing, just kind of watch what other people are doing and how you're getting taken down. Honestly, just go with a purple rush because that seems to kill everything in the Red Bloon camp, and just slowly gain that experience on your towers. That's going to be the most important thing. I honestly might stay here, not choose to move up to the Yellow Stadium if I don't have to, just because I want to go into Yellow Stadium with an overdrive and a stronger stimulant, because then what's going to stop you? You know what I mean? Now, this one's a little different. Not all of you are going to agree with this, but I would definitely 100% say get the VIP pass. I did have to purchase it myself. Ninja Kiwi did not offer it to me or anything like that. I'm saying it from personal experience that I bought it, and I think you guys should too, because it gives you ×3 experience at the end of a match. Even if you lose, which you get totally dunked on and don't get really any experience, you still get a good amount because you have that ×3 experience boost. It is definitely worth it. It is going to be a little tough to kind of cover this every single month. I totally get that. But just for this early game, while everyone's kind of trying to break out the gates and get really good at this thing, I would recommend getting that VIP pass. You get extra rewards, extra cool stuff, And honestly, it's the experience. That's what you want it for, and that's what you need it for. But in no ways is this pay to win or nothing like that. It's just you're gonna progress slower. So you might get into that yellow Bloon. You might just win 20 straight matches in a row, end up in that yellow camp, and you're like, why are my towers only level tier 3? Everyone else is rocking tier 4s or whatever it may be. But don't worry about it. You guys can just take your time if that's the case. Now I'm just gonna show you a little bit about the battles and how they work. I didn't get to do that too much in those previous videos just because I wanted to show you guys everything about the game as fast as I could because I was so excited, which I'm still super excited. They released this at 3 in the morning for me, guys. I woke up at 4:30 because my dog was going a little crazy. And I look at my phone and I'm like, are you kidding me? The game was released. This is just madness. Let's rush. I start playing it, trying to download it on the phone. It wasn't out yet. Big fiasco, but I finally got in. It's got real crazy. Oh, I'm supposed to pick stuff here. I have a time limit now. For this one, I was going to keep it simple. I want to show you what I was working with the Alchemist, the Wizard, and the Tech. Actually, that's a lie. We're going to go with Bomb. So Castle Ruins isn't bad at all or anything like that, but I think there are easier maps. Maybe we can try that. Let's go with something. Dino Graveyard is not bad. Let's go with Dino Graveyard if they take that one. I remember back in Battles 1, if you skip it, the other person has to skip it. It's some kind of psychological thing. I don't know why, but no one will let you just skip once. You have to skip twice. It's some kind of crazy mental thing. So we're going to go with Quincy, like I was saying. And Alchemist is a good tower to go with, but just to get your feet wet in the game, I would definitely go with a bomb shooter. Now, if you don't have the Shimmer or the second tier Wizard bottom path upgraded, which you probably won't if you're just starting, you're not going to have any camo, but you do have Quincy. So it really doesn't matter because it's only going to come out to around 12 when that first camo comes out. But we hope to win before that. Now, I know a lot of you probably want to go late game and things like that, but these are not late game towers. Wait until you have more things unlocked. First thing you want to do, immediately send out those balloons. Just immediately send them out. There's no reason not to. Just hold them down, get that A button ready to go, and just start sending because, like I said, no reason not to. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put a bomb shooter. We're probably going to leak a little lives here. It really doesn't matter. And if your other opponent doesn't send you any balloons, then you just have it easy street. They took a little bit of time because they wanted to make sure they were good to go. I'm just going to go with those frag bombs here. I'll keep them at 222 unless I forget, which I usually do. But we're just going to keep them kind of easy here so you guys can do what I'm doing. Now we're safe to upgrade Quincy. I know that you can place Quincy and then go straight to attack and you'll be able to defend no problem. I don't want to mess with that. We really don't need Quincy early on. So as you can see, I kind of messed it up there anyway. Not a big deal. Now let's place Quincy right here and place him on strong. That's a big part of this too that you're going to realize. So what's going to happen is you're going to think you have enough money to place a tower, but because you're able to just like click buttons while holding down the eco, you're going to spend your money before you even know it. So like I wanted to click that and I couldn't because I'm already still sending eco. It's just kind of a habit of you just plomping your big finger down and just hitting all those buttons. It gets a little crazy. So now a good tower to place here is going to be like attack, because watch this. You can just go like this. I think is he already struggling to use a tower boost? Okay, so what that is, that's a tower boost. And you can just hit the space bar or hit this little monkey right here that's going crazy. And that'll boost your towers and make them super strong so you can get through whatever you need to get through. But we don't care about losing a life here or there. It's not going to make or break us. We're just going to go for that easy 2-2 just like this and rush right through. So now we have leads covered. We have our basic balloon popping covered. You could put this guy on strong if you wanted to once the leads come out, but that's not until round 14, so we don't really need to stress about that. What we're going to do is we're just going to keep ecoing. As you saw, I moved up from reds to blues, and then you just kind of want to keep up moving up the grouped balloons. Now, the group balloons are going to get you the better eco faster after running few scientific tests on that. But what I've noticed too is that like sometimes they just can't handle like the white rush or whatever it may be. It may not be the best for eco wise, but sometimes they just struggle and you don't really have to worry about it. I'm going to place another tack here just because it's starting to hang not that much. Now this path on this map is for the Moabs, so we don't really have to worry about it too much because I don't expect us to get to round 20. That's not the goal here. I'm just going to show you some quick, easy things that you guys can get a few wins in because it's really not that difficult. Once you get up to like a purple rush, not much can handle it. So we're just going to kind of rush that and I'll show you guys how that works. Hopefully it'll work on it just for the coolness of this. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. So the whites aren't really doing anything for them. So I'm going to try the black balloons now, see if that adds a little bit of a craziness to this little rush here. We're probably going to get wrecked with those yellows. That's too much. So I'm going to place another bomb right here. We're going to go again, frag bombs, bigger bombs, heavy bombs, just like we have here. Oh, we don't have heavy bombs on that one. You guys may not have heavy bombs yet. If you don't worry. We can still handle it. What we can't handle is black balloons. So if they did rush us with black balloons, we would be struggling right now, but I don't think they understand that or know that because they're not really sending any rushes. So we're not going to stress too much. Now the yellow rushes are solid right now. So I'm just going to send those because I want to get that eco up, guys. I want some money. And look, they can't even handle it. That's just crazy. Let's try to send some purples too. Let's see what they can't handle right now because purples are a little tough for whatever reason. Okay, their attacks are handling everything. That's good to go. Let's send some zebras too. Why not? Just send everything you got, but also keep an eye on your screen because you don't want to just lose to something nuts, right? So let's keep on sending them, keep on sending them. It looks like they can handle these zebras no problems. They got a lot of attacks going on here, so that's pretty easy. Uh-oh, look at some are getting through. Some are getting through. Now, what we know they don't have is lead. So what we can do is just send a ton of leads. We can even Bloons boost him to make him faster. He has to go through the popped guy down at the bottom. So he's going to upgrade there, but can he pop all that? We don't know. So let's just send him out there, see if he can. We'll get a couple lives here lost. Nothing too crazy. But we're just kind of taking advantage of what we see. So now he's totally good on leads down there. His lead defense is off the bottom, which is a little funky, but it really doesn't matter. We have Quincy. They can't pop camo, I don't think, right? Does he have a hero down? I'm not actually quite sure. So we're going to wait for this awesome rush right here. It's not even really waiting. I'm just going to save up a little bit of money. So watch this. Here's what's kind of... Oh, we got a space bar here. So that's a power boost. And we're going to put some stuff down real quick because we're probably going to lose this one. Yeah, we're going to probably lose that one. Okay, so we just lost that rush. And as you guys see here, we still got ×3, but before that, we didn't really get much experience without the VIP. The VIP is super, super helpful even when you've lost. And regardless of winning or losing, that's why I'm kind of glad we lost that first one so I can show you guys. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to win every game. You're still going to get that experience up. And then as soon as you do, jump into these monkeys and get the flame monkey. The flame monkey is so good, so crazy good. Now for this one, I want to show you what will happen once you get the better towers out there and what I'm excited for you guys to get to. So you're going to, at the beginning, just take your licks, lose when you got to lose, and don't upgrade right away because you're not going to be able to. But once you get there, just with tier 3s, it gets a lot more crazy and a lot more fun because as you saw, like that guy had the middle path tack, which, you know, that defends way better than our 202 tack that we had. So it just gets a lot more fun once you get tack sprayer and the alchemist and the fire wizard, things like that. So we're going to start over here like we did before, right in the middle. We're going to go faster shooting, even faster shooting, more attacks, and immediately send out those balloons. If you guys are better at multitasking, I would recommend sending out the balloons while you're doing that. I'm just talking, playing, trying not to lose so I can look cool to you guys all at the same time. So that's just what's going on there. I am going to get Quincy right off the bat because his ability does help. Like if that first Moab, we don't have tax in Alchemist, which we do, then we might have a little bit of a struggle problem. But with Quincy, that'll make it a little different. And we're just going to place him right here. And then another tip too, guys, is take your finger off of the balloon sends when you're trying to buy a tower. I've learned that the hard way so many times. I go to place a tower. They'll be like, okay, I'm going to place a tack right here. And then as soon as you actually go to place it down, you realize you spent all your money and you can't actually do it. I'm going to get even more tax here because that can defend pretty well. And then why not? Let's just send that tax sprayer out. Remember to upgrade your balloons too. Once it gets to the next grouped set, like now we have grouped blues, send out those blues. They're not really grouped together just yet. I think that's going to be round 3 right there. So now we're going to have the cool balloons. There we go. Now we have the super grouped balloons right there. And that's some good stuff right there. As you can see, tax sprayer, what's going to go against it? Absolutely nothing. So just keep sending. Can he take yellows? Of course he can because he has those cool like upgraded tacks right there that are pretty awesome, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. But later we have our cool little wizard, so we're going to be all right there. And then we do have shimmer for those natural camos since you can't send camos out here. But we have our Quincy, so we can't really die to camos anytime soon. It's going to take a long time in this game to die to those camos. So what we can kind of do here to like kill morale just a little bit is we can go like this, go fireball, wall of fire, and we can get intense magic. Now what that's going to do is just kind of like show him that there's really not much he's going to get past us in this early game except for purples maybe. But as I told you guys earlier, I do want to just start sending out weird stuff. Like, can the whites get through? Yeah, they can easily. So let's just go back to our measly little greens here and just make that eco and just build it up, build it up, build it up. Our goal is to get around like 1,000 or maybe 1,200 because then we're going to have enough to like save up for some good stuff, hopefully, because we just don't want to get wrecked later on with a big juicy rush because then we can like quickly put down like a bunch of tax if we need to. Bombs will be better for like a quick microing session, but this will be just fine. I am going to put this guy, if I can, I'm gonna put another one right here because these are just so great. And once we get them out and both of them to tax sprayer, will be just fine. But we don't need to spend all that money just yet. He's not sending out anything crazy. So I'm gonna try out sending some black balloons, see what happens there. Is he gonna struggle with blacks? Probably not, but maybe they might get through. You never know. Just try sending out everything. It doesn't hurt you to send out like whatever you want. You might not get the most like efficient eco, but who really cares, honestly? Because now look at that. Now we can defend pretty much anything. The only thing we can't defend would be, I don't know, let's say purples. If he does that crazy purple rush on like round 12, I think it is, we're done for. But he's going with the super monkey. I think that's kind of funny. Super monkeys aren't going to be that great with like beginning towers, but who knows? Maybe he's using it for like some crazy strat that I haven't seen with this early game, which is kind of fun. Let's just send those purples to see what they can do against them. So they still pop him just like crazy. He can't pop, I don't think, with his laser eyes, but once it gets to those guys, he can. So let's send out some zebras. Let's see what zebras do. Those purples go away really slow, but here's the zebras. Let's see what they do. Are they going to get past them a little bit maybe? No, that's a strong little defense. I like it. Okay, how about this? He has 0 lead popping power. Let's try to go for some leads. Let's Bloon boost him too to scare him a little bit. There's the leads. Oh my gosh, what are you going to do against them? Pop those leads. Pop those leads. I'm going to let off a little bit because I don't want to kill him to leads. Okay, there we go. He was able to defend him last second. I didn't want to just lose that way. You know what I mean? That's not fun. Let's send out like group zebras here. See if that does anything crazy. So we don't have camo. Oh, we do. We have Quincy, huh? But he has 0 camo. That's a little scary. So eventually he'll die to naturals as long as we can just stay alive, right? So I'm going to send out these rainbows, see what happens there. His towers aren't struggling. Not really. They're doing pretty well, I'm not going to lie. They're doing pretty great. But he's also not sending us anything. So he's saving up for something juicy, I bet. And he's going to try to rush us. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do something really fun here, okay? We're going to do one more Bloon boost because why not? We're going to save up a little bit of money here. We're going to send out some purples to let him know that we're like still alive. Then we're going to send out like a lot of purples, right? So a ton of purples. Look at that. Look at that. You cannot pop purples. He's a super monkey. You can't pop purples. You're a super monkey. What are you doing? You're going to lose. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that rush is a little broken right now, as you can see. So you send out a little bit of purples just to test the water, see if they like destroy them, which they didn't. And then you just Bloon boost it. Sayonara, sucker. And then now you're gone. Especially if he's using a monkey like a magic monkey or a super monkey that cannot pop those purples. Or like, let's say a flame monkey is not going to be able to pop those purples. But as you can see, I got 0 experience from my Alchemist. So what does that tell me? That tells me that you have to place it down. Even if it's in the front of the map just to get a few pops here or there, you just need to throw one down if you're trying to upgrade that tower. Which is the next step of what makes this kind of tough in this game, right? So let's say that you have your tack and you have your wizard. They're great. You love them. But you want to upgrade a boomer. But now your boomer is only, you know, tier 2 and your other towers are tier 3 or 4, depending on how far you go in the game before you upgrade. Now you have to use a really crazy tower that's not that good against everybody else. So this is going to be kind of fun. That's why I'd recommend maybe staying into like the beginner noob red Bloon camp, because then if that's the case, you can just kind of like build up your experience and get things kind of rocking there. But then once you have enough, you go over here, you click your monkey, you go over to the tack because it's awesome, and you get that cool tack sprayer. And as you can see, oh guys, I'm almost there. We're more than halfway there to that overdrive. And once we get overdrive paired with our beautiful Alchemist with a stronger stimulant, oh my gosh, look out boys, here we come, because we already have this great beauty here, the shimmer. And if I didn't stress it enough in the beginning, I would definitely save up that money and buy Striker Jones first. I'm $106 away. I'm gonna buy Striker Jones because Striker Jones with some bombs, super great stuff. But just to summarize what we've learned here a little bit today, don't worry about losing. It's going to happen a lot, especially in the beginning with those little basic beginner towers. Find a strat that you like. Watch other YouTubers. Use the ones I'm using. Just find a good strat that you used to in BTD 6. Upgrade them as fast as you can. Get that VIP. I know it sounds crazy and I know it seems like a lot of money, but if you only do it just for the first 30 days, I'd recommend it just because to get that early boost on the game. You don't want to be a month in and everyone has tier 5s and you don't. So just get that thing going, level up quick. And last but not least, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If I get 1,000 likes in this video, I will do another tips and tricks with even more crazy stuff once we get into the cooler big dog camps like Yellow Stadium, White Wasteland, Lead Dungeon, Ceramic Crucible, Moab, Pip, Coliseum, Zoo, G Superdome, Half Hall of Masters. And I'll see you guys next time.